Hello, Cindy here with Create Your Own Luck and Love, and welcome to our next guest on Level Up Your Love Life. Remove the blocks that are standing in the way of attracting extraordinary, lasting love. And today, right now, I am speaking to Sandra Hay, love and relationship coach. And I'm just going to share with you guys a little bit about Sandra. Um, she helps single women attract their soulmate and get the relationship they desire by loving themselves first and creating an empowering, say that word, relationship with themselves as a basis for every other relationship. And as a result of love coaching, women love themselves more, gain confidence, and tap into their self-worth and attract the man in the relationship that takes their life to the next level. I'm loving that. Um, so I'm so excited to dive into our conversation today and support these women. Welcome, Sandra. I'm excited to...
Thank you so much, Cindy. Hi, everyone who is watching. It's such pleasure being here with you because this topic is like when you say remove all the blocks, like I feel that, like I feel every block that I had to remove to get where I am today. So yeah, it's absolutely something very important and something that will help women achieve what they want in their love life.
Absolutely. Yeah. It's that, and sometimes we don't even realize, what those blocks are. It's like there's the layers underneath, and the blocks we oftentimes don't realize are oftentimes patterns that turn into all sorts of stories, and we get to dismantle them. And I'm excited to dive into our conversation and how you did it, Sandra, and go.
Well, for me, the first thing was, as you said, like the first thing is to recognize them, because if we don't know that they exist, we cannot remove them. And I think that is the biggest bit here, because we lived in these patterns and in these blocks for so long. Like they become part of us, part of our truth, part of our identity. So how to recognize them and how to see them is that like first bit and the biggest bit. Like what is it that is standing in my way? And then when we recognize them, then we can start removing them in all different ways, using all different tools. But I feel that first bit of recognizing, like, what is it that is blocking me? Like that is for me, was the biggest one, because at least my personality is like that. When I see something, I will deal with it. I will find a way. Either I will get support, I will use something that I know, but that first bit of recognizing, it's like the biggest thing ever, at least for me. And I see also for many women. So for example, recently we've done a challenge, and we had one of the exercises to write a forgiveness letter to yourself. And like so many women are commenting like, oh my goodness, I cried so much. I didn't realize how hard I am on myself, like how much pressure I put on myself, how much I blamed myself. So, like sometimes we don't even see what we are doing to ourselves. And only when somebody, show you, okay, look in this direction, see what you are doing, that is how we can see it. And that is how we can start from there, like to recognize what is it there, and then we can start dealing with it. So definitely recognizing is the first.
Absolutely. It's so interesting too, like putting the pen to paper and, doing something that can feel as simple as a forgiveness letter to yourself.
Yeah.
So much. What would you say the most common block that you see that women have in this area that blocks them from really, opening their heart or receiving the love that they're worthy of?
Yeah, for me, there is one block that usually we will come to. Will we start from mindset? Will we start from emotions? We will start from past relationship. Usually we come to that point, am I worthy of my dream man? Am I worthy of that relationship? So
Mm-hmm.
for me, that block of worthiness and really uncovering and recognizing, yes, I am worthy of this. I was always worthy. I will always be worthy. I don't have to become anyone. I don't have to do anything. Just by being here, I am worthy of this desire. So for me, that is like, if you can step into that mindset and that energy of I am worthy of this, like things will start happening like that. But that is the hard bit, because we are so wired by, you are not doing this right, you've done this wrong, you've hurt this person, like so many wrong things, like wrong things.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody was pointing what is wrong in our life, what is wrong with us, what is wrong with our behavior. That stepping into that worthiness now is the hard bit, because we have to then remove every single sentence, every single criticism, every single, like a finger that was pointed in our mistake, in order to step into that worthiness. So for me, that is the most common block, the biggest block. And if we are able to deal with that, man, we
Right.
can have
You're
anything.
unstoppable. So
Absolutely.
so how do you help women, how do you suggest dismantling? I feel like it's one thing to know, okay, I've got a worthiness problem. I've got a worthiness conversation that happens. And so how do you approach that in, unhooking from that belief system?
Well, as everything, there are different levels of knowing. So we can know something on mental level or on emotional level, or we can really feel it in our body.
Yeah.
So on mental level, most of us know that we are worthy. Like, okay, other people are not any more special. That woman who got married is not any more special than me. That my friend who got engaged is not any better than me. So on mental level, we know that we are worthy and that relationship is meant for us. But the point is getting that into our bones and into our system so we can feel it. And that comes with practice, because usually, like with anything that I ever learned, we usually know that on mental level. But really embodying that and knowing that deeply in our heart is the work that we need to do. And how we do that, it's really by practice and reminding ourselves on a daily basis. Like usually people will say, oh, I have this affirmation, I'm telling myself that I'm special, that I'm worthy of love and anything that I desire. But do you really feel it when you say these words? Is your brain saying like, nah, no way? Or you are like, yes, I am really worthy? So practicing that feeling and stepping into that feeling is the work that we need to do. Not only repeating mistakes, but really feeling that in your bones.
So I liked what you shared just now about feeling. How does one, how do you recommend that they access the feeling of I am worthy? Of course, I, get to have the relationship that I want, the connection, the dating.
I know that each and every one of us know the difference between feeling good and feeling bad. Like we know that. I know how does it feel when I'm in the flow, when I'm aligned, when I feel joyful, when I feel love. And I know how does it feel when I don't, when I feel angry, fearful, worried, or whatever it is. So
Mhm.
that is the first thing. We can know if we feel good and if we feel bad. Maybe at first we cannot fully access that sense of worthiness, because maybe we didn't feel it before, maybe we don't remember how does it feel. But we know, if I say this sentence, do I feel better or do I feel worse than moment before? And if you feel better, you are on the way to get there. And just trust that. You don't have to, because otherwise, if you say people, you know what, with this, you have to step into that feeling of love and joy. And then if they don't, again, it will be like, oh, I'm not doing this right. What am I doing wrong?
Yeah, so making
Like,
yourself wrong. Yeah, it's like
again, we can
adding
fall in the trap.
insult onto injury. It's like, oh, I'm making myself wrong again. So it's, you know, we
Just
definitely know
making,
that.
yeah, just a little better. Because for me, it looks like this. Today I will feel this better, tomorrow this better, tomorrow this better. And then when I get here, then it will start overflowing. Then all this worthiness will overflow in my relationship, in my life. And then that is when I will see it physically in my life. Until then, I will trust that it's working. And if I feel better every single day, just a little better, I know that I'm on the right path and I will get there.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And, so, and I know you've gone on your own journey. So, what would you say the most important thing that you did to break the cycle of, dating that, dating people that didn't lead to what you really wanted, and truly, finding your soulmate and creating that partnership?
So I remember it was April 2017 when I decided that I will now find my soulmate. No more wrong guys, no nothing. Like now I'm finding this guy. And that is the time when I really went back to what I knew the best, and that is studying and learning, because I'm a nerd, I'm a geek, and I love learning. So I was like, you know what? I'm not good at dating, but I'm very good at studying and learning. So let me learn everything that I can about this topic to figure it out. So for 6 months, I was doing everything like meditation, visualization, working on my mindset, working on confidence. And honestly, I didn't know exactly what I'm doing, what is working, but I will take a course. I will do the steps. I will work with the coach. I will do the steps. I will listen to podcast. I will do the steps. So I was really doing whatever came to me and whatever was presented. And I had this goal, like visualization is, I will meet the guy on 1st of October, 2017. So I was doing all the work, visualization every day, everything, was right. And then came that 1st of October, 2017, and guy wasn't there. So it's like, okay, something is missing here. And I got like, one of my friends, she was like, oh, go back to online dating. I met this amazing guy. And you hear these things, but I was so resistant because I tried dating online for years and it didn't work. So, like you hear these nudges, but you don't trust them really. So that is the time when I was listening to one of your summits as well. And then all these experts were saying, yeah, all these experts are saying, oh, set your bio like this and your picture like that. And I was like, okay, I will do that. If they are experts, they know what they are saying. Maybe that is what is missing in my online dating. So that is exactly what I've done. And on 15th of October, I went back to online dating. And on 23rd of October, I matched with my husband. So you see, things are working when you want to work them. So for me, the most important thing there was deciding this is happening to me. I know that it will happen, and it's only a matter of time when it will happen. And then just following the steps, trusting the process, because so many women will tell me, oh, I am so committed. I'm willing to do everything. Are you willing to work with a coach? Well, actually, no, I'm not. So you are not willing to do everything. And for me, it was important when I said I will meet this guy. I meant I will do everything that it takes, because it is so important to me. If that means, working on myself every day, I will do it. If that means going through these painful emotional blocks and removing them, I will do that. If that means investing in the coach, I will do that. Like that means I will do everything. And I feel that is the difference. People who take this seriously and who are very committed, and those who are like, I will do everything, but not that thing. I will do everything, but not online dating. I will do everything, but actually, I will lower my standards. So that is the difference for me, deciding and then sticking to that. Like I will do whatever it takes, and then trusting these experts and process how things are working. So for me, that was like the most important thing.
Yeah, what I'm hearing from you is you just completely surrendered and you got out of your own way. You said, even if it didn't feel like it was resonating or maybe working at the moment, you just said, okay, I'm committed to this no matter what, and I'm going to continue to walk the pathway and do whatever it takes, do what I'm told. And
absolutely, because for example, when I went back online in October 2017, it felt completely different than before, because I've done the work, I listened to what experts are saying, and now I know, well, actually, if guy is not invested from the beginning, I shouldn't be wasting my time with him if his words are not, if his actions are not matching his words. That is not my dream guy. I don't want to, chat with him anymore. I was so clear what I want that I honestly didn't want to waste my time on anything that wasn't that. And I feel that that is what universe will always recognize. Are you really serious that you want your dream guy or you
Mhm.
want any guy? Like, is any
Yeah.
guy enough for you or you really want to get your soulmate? So I feel that that is the distinction that we have to make. If this guy is not the guy that you are looking for, then let him go because something better is coming and you have to trust that.
Right. He does if he doesn't share your values, or I do a process with my clients that takes them through, okay, what are my top 5 values? And then, we
Yeah.
continue to do work around needs from there, and just,
Yeah.
peel back the layers, so to speak, that, support them, and, um, you know, really being clear on what I desire. And dating really helps too in that
Yeah.
process.
What is very interesting, because when you ask women, do you know who is the guy that you want? They will say, yes, I know he looks like this, he earns this much money, he's very successful. Like, they will tell you all of these external elements. But you see, like, you will ask about values, you will ask about needs. I will always ask them, how does he make you feel? How do you feel next to this guy? Because that feeling is what you are looking for. It's not that you are looking for, that he's tall that much and that he has a six pack or whatever. You are looking how you will feel next to him. Will you feel safe? Will you feel loved? Will you feel supported? Will you share the same values? Like, focus on that, and then everything else will come into place. So when we really create that, like, how will I feel in this relationship and next to this person, that is how you can recognize if he is the one or not.
Absolutely. That's a really key point. How do I want to feel? How, and you can even flip it too, right? I feel like we've talked about this a little bit, but you can even flip it into, well, what is it that I didn't receive in the past that I felt, that was missing for me?
Yeah.
And then think about, okay, so how would that feel? And try those things on to, then um, then you can start, continuing to move forward with that. It's a process,
Yeah.
and it, I do tell, clients, sometimes when they come to me, they'll be like, how long is this going to take? And I'll go, well, I don't have my magic ball in front of me, crystal ball, but what I can tell you is this can be as hard as hard as you want it to be, or as easy as you want it to be. It's just,
Yeah.
there's a certain amount of, and I've heard this throughout our whole conversation, of surrender, and not not committed to being right, but really open to growing and doing what it takes to be the woman that is attracting her soulmate. So,
Absolutely.
so
Yeah.
you met your husband online, and how long, so how long did you date? You met, during my summit. Of course, I'm going to take credit. You met. No, I'm kidding. Um, so you met him online. How long did you guys date before you then got engaged and then married?
Well, we got engaged after a year and 2 months, I would say. 13, 14 months. We were dating before we engaged, and then we got married after 6 months after that. So basically 18 months later from our first date, that is when we got married.
I
Yeah.
love it. Love it. And what would you say, I know we've given these women some, actionable, things that they can do. It's like, get out of your own way, hire a coach, get support, and it takes what it takes. And I think too, sometimes women will be like, well, I have hired a coach in the past. And my response to that, I'm curious what your response is. Great. And did you learn some things? Did you learn and grow at that time? Usually the answer is yes. And then good. So then there's another level that gets to happen. It's like, you're going to college and maybe you completed your first 2 years of college,
Yeah.
and you're, continuing the rest, or you're getting your graduate degree.
Well, absolutely, because we all have different work to do. My work is completely different than somebody else's. And maybe I will have to clear just a few blocks and then get to that place. Somebody else has maybe much more blocks that they have to clear. Maybe they have, like also our level of fear is so different because somebody is so afraid to dig into, to clear the things, to remove them. I am the person like, you know what, I recognize this, I will do whatever it takes. Is that crying, kinesiology, acupuncture, journaling, working with the coach, meditating, whatever. I'm just giving some, tools here that you can try here. Because, for example, I was the person who was never able to show my emotions. So I had to do so much work around that. Somebody else is showing their emotions very easily. They will have to do work on some other areas. So it's so hard to say to somebody, you need this much work because
Because you can't. It just,
we are so different.
And it's interesting that you say you were that person that couldn't show her emotions, and I'm sure a lot of women can relate to that on some level. Oh, I shut down, I can't show my emotions, I never cry.
Yeah.
And when you clear that, right, there's so much that can open up around a simple block that can, it leads to other things.
Absolutely. I just think that people forget that we are all here to evolve, to learn, and to grow. So this area of your life, there is a lesson to be learned. So why don't embrace it and enjoy it? Because guess what? When you get in relationship, it's not like my problems are solved. Then you have other area of growing and learning and evolving. And like everything is experience and everything is growing and learning and evolving in some way. So why don't you embrace that? Because magic happens when you do embrace it, when you start enjoying the process. So for me, over those 6 months before I met my husband, oh my goodness, I learned so many things about myself. I was like, who is this person? I never knew her before, because I started knowing myself on such a deep level. And then it became so enjoyable. That's why when I went back to online dating, if guy is not the one that is according to my standards and person that I want to have, it's like, you know what? I'm worthy so much. I don't want to waste my time with you. You don't want committed relationship. Good for you. Bye bye. I want committed relationship. There was no more, oh my goodness, please respond to my message. Oh, don't ghost me.
Right.
Everything that I had before, like almost begging for crumbs of their love. I don't want your crumbs. I want whole package. You are not willing to give me? Bye bye. So when we step into that, it is so easy. Then I'm not attached. Will he respond to my message or not? Will we go on a date or not? Oh my goodness, he doesn't have time to communicate with me, to reply to my messages. He's working so much. Well, guess what? I don't want a guy who put his work before me. I want to be his priority. That's it. You are not the one. Like when we just know so clearly what we are worthy of, things are so clear for us. Then when I'm confident about who I am and what I deserve, that is it. I'm not afraid of being alone. I'm not afraid of being single, because guess what? I enjoy my company. It is so amazing to be in my company, and it will be somebody's pleasure to be in my company. So, when we step into that mindset, things become so easy and clear. And for me, that is that joy. When you are willing to work so much on yourself that it becomes such a pleasure, that is when things just start coming to you, because you are not chasing them anymore. You are attracting them. And that is the difference.
Yeah, it's that difference between being really magnetizing and then, being in that, convincer chasing energy, which is a repellent. And, oftentimes I've done this before in the past too, where, I was definitely in that energy of, oh, pick me. And
Yeah.
it does not, it, we can say it till we're blue in the face, but it really does not work. And when you see your value and you see, oh, I'm a gift just by being born. And taking it back to that space, and you'll start to see evidence of that and feedback from the world, the universe. Like, you'll start to see men that want to spend time with you, want to show
Yeah.
up for you, um, want to take you out. And I think, that's a really, that's an empowered place to be. And if you're, and even taking it to then as another step forward is, how are you showing up in the rest of your relationships? Are you honoring yourself there?
Yeah.
Or are you feeling that you chase them too? So when you shift
Yes.
that energy, there may be some relationships that you get to let go of, or, put it push aside a bit. Yeah.
Absolutely. What I recognized as well in that area when I was growing is that naturally some people just, not disappeared from my life, but it just suddenly I realized I'm not spending that much time with them. And it's not even that I was like, okay, you are not anymore part of my life. Bye bye. It just naturally it happened. You don't have to even do much work there. It just, you are not a match for that anymore. And it will naturally go away. That is, I
Yeah.
feel the beauty of that. When you step into that energy, it's so beautiful to see how everything starts unfolding.
You start to, I mean, your vibrational state has raised, and it's, as you shared, it's like the people, the distractions start falling away, but it's also having that willingness to go there and to
Mhm.
go the places that you don't always want to go, but are necessary. And, on the other side, it's beautiful. It's like the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Yeah.
I've never found that pot of gold, but there's a pot of gold in life in general. So
I
many.
would just really, I would love if every woman could see how the guy that she's meant to be with will look at her when she finds him, because he will be thrilled. He's also looking for you. He's also out there dating and finding wrong women, and also he's frustrated with dating. So I would really like if every woman could see how he will look at her and how happy he will be when he meet her. Then she will have faith that all of this is working. And but we just don't have that faith. We think, oh my goodness, this guy is the last one, and if I don't match with him, it's all gone and things are falling
Well,
apart.
it's interesting too, because our fears can come back. I'll see that with, with women or clients that are dating, and they meet someone and they start to go, well, I don't know if this is the right person for me, but they've done really well. They've all of a sudden become really successful in dating, but then they get into the relationship and then the fear comes back of, oh
Yeah.
no, what if? And so it's knowing that, and know that your mind is just that powerful that it can create those stories, and you get to go in and shift them and just take those little steps every single day to see your value, to see your worth, and then really stay
Yeah,
committed to your
absolutely.
vision. What were you going to say?
Because for me, that self-sabotage is really a sign that you actually don't believe that you are worthy of that relationship. Because if your brain has one job, and one job only is to prove that you are right. So if you say that you can have this relationship, he will prove you that you are right. Or if you think that you are not worthy of that relationship, again, you will get that, like you will get the proof of that, and it will find a way, it will find opportunities, it will find situations, or it will create situations. So if you believe that you are not worthy of that relationship, well, guess what? Your brain will create situation, will find a proof of that. And
Mhm.
that can be that self-sabotage that people don't recognize. They will see like, well, I don't know why it happened. Well, he said this. Well, I said that. They will create that situation. And then when you unfold that, it will be like, well, actually, we can get to that point. Well, am I really worthy of that good relationship? I was reading a book recently. What was it? Was it A Big Leap or something, where he's talking about that uh, we are not wired to be happy and to be joyful, and we have threshold for it. So when I reach threshold, things are too good now, let me go back and feel bad for a moment. And that is when I reach threshold, how I allow my love life to be. If that is too good for me, well, you know what? Now I have to create situation to, back it up. Yeah.
Yeah, interesting. I'm gonna have to read that book.
Oh, it's amazing. Fantastic book.
I've heard of that book. So, what would you say? What is if you have one piece of advice for the watchers and listeners that are with us today, what would that be in, creating and really opening your heart to create that soulmate relationship, or even, up level the relationship they're in?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, for me, I'm a proof of that. And the work that I do with my clients is also proof of that. When I start loving myself, respecting myself, and believing that I am enough, that is when things change. So if you can put energy into loving yourself, into really uncovering how valuable you are, into really believing that you are a catch, that is when things will start changing. And not only that, your love life will change, everything will start changing. I remember when I've done work on myself, I got a raise at work. I lost 50 pounds. I found so many, like everything started getting much better, because guess what? I started loving myself enough to receive all these things, because abundance and love and relationship and money and everything is on level of love. So
It's
if you start loving yourself, you are raising that vibration, and then you start attracting these things. So one advice is, like, if you can start loving yourself, that would be gift not only for your love life, but for everything else. And people will ask where to start loving myself. My first thing would be, start listening to your self-talk. How do you talk to yourself? Do you criticize yourself, or you are supporting yourself? What are all these things that you are saying to yourself on daily basis? Because if we can hear that, then we can recognize where is our level. Am I saying to myself every day how amazing I am? Or am I saying, well, actually, you know what? You are wrong. You made another mistake. Nobody will choose you. You are not worthy of this. So if we can start from that, I feel that everything, not only love life, but everything will start shifting.
Mm-hmm. Amen to that. It's so funny. I downloaded this app recently, and I just feel called to share this because I feel like this would be supportive. Somebody needs it out there. But
Mm-hmm.
it's basically a mantra app. And so I was like, oh, this looks interesting. And so I get these little mantras several times a day, and they pop up on my phone and I forget about it. And I'm like, yes, I'm empowered. Yes, and this one says I can grow healthy and strong by taking care of my body. I accept myself as I am. And it's like these little love messages that
Yes,
come in. And, what we're saying is, find your own version of that. I'm always looking for
absolutely.
things for myself and for my clients to support them on this journey of really staying committed to it.
Absolutely. Well, that really reminds me. One day I went for a walk with my husband, and we started finding everywhere around like small messages. One is like, "You are worthy. You can have everything that you want." Has anyone told you how amazing you are today? So even this one, was on the floor, so I brought it with me. It says, "You are worthy of everything magical that this world has to offer." So I feel that these little reminders, it's like, oh, actually, I am. If we would have these reminders every day, yeah, I love that. That is really great gift.
It really is. I feel like there was this one point in time it was trending, like when I was in San Diego, they had this thing called love letters, and you would just be out and you might see a letter that was posted on like a stop sign, on a little post as you're taking a walk or running or something, and you could pick it up and read the message, and then they might ask that you post a love note. And I found during this time, I found a couple of these love notes, and I was like, oh, this is amazing. And so it's, it could be the little things that really increase that feeling, that vibration of yourself in your life.
Absolutely.
I know you've got a gift for the watchers
Yes.
and listeners out there. So please share it. We posted it under the video, and that it will be sent out via email. So everyone will definitely get access to these.
Perfect. Well, actually, I was thinking what would be the most valuable. So, I was thinking PDF, some guide or something, but I feel that the biggest transformation for women is happening when we are talking one-on-one, when we are seeing what are these blocks that are stopping them. So I love, again, your topic, removing these blocks. And I would really like to invite women to book a call with me. It's absolutely for free, so we can uncover these blocks. I really want to uncover with them, so then they know what is it there and they can start dealing with it. So we will take it even step further during the call, and we will see what are these steps that they should be taking to attract their dream man, to get the relationship that they want. So if you are up for it, if you are ready to find your soulmate, book a free call and let's uncover what is stopping you from getting there.
Awesome. Thank you, Sandra. How super generous of you. So much fun having the conversation. And I know, this has supported so many women and men, I'm sure, out there in their quest and their journey to attract and keep lasting love.
Thank you so much for having me here. I mean, I absolutely love what you do. And yeah, summit like this changed my love life before. So women out there, listen to summits, to experts, follow the advice, because these things are working. And if you want to connect with me, you can find me on Instagram, on TikTok, on Facebook. I'm everywhere at the Sandra Hay. So I'm looking forward to connecting with all of you.
Yay. Awesome. Thank you so much, Sandra. And ladies, I'll see you very, very soon. Until then, here's to from my heart to yours. We're committed to leveling up your love life, and you are worth it.
Thank you.